Now, one of the documents we haven't looked at in the audit process, I'm going to start with 0205, which is our materiality summary. There is a revised materiality document. I'm just wanting to show you where it is. So if you recall, in the first week, we went and we calculated materiality. Now that materiality gave us our planning materiality. The standards, however, require that we need to consider revising materiality if new information comes to light. And so instead of going and changing the planning materiality, which technically should be signed off and should not change, we have a revised materiality working paper where you can go in and it just pulls in the latest trial balances for you, and you can then just go and calculate a revised materiality. However, in the past, there was always the concept of a final materiality, but the final materiality has actually fallen away from the standards, and all the standards now tell us is that we need to do a final revision of materiality. So what this document is trying to do is, firstly, it's just asking you one important question. Based on your assessment, is planning or revised materiality still appropriate for the evaluation of the identified misstatements for the purposes of the audit opinion? So what it's doing here is it just pulls through the planning materiality values from our planning materiality. If we had done a revised materiality, it would also open up the revised materiality in between. And we now need to go and decide, are these numbers 6 million overall materiality, 4.5 performance, 1.2 for the specific. Is this appropriate for being able to evaluate misstatements, yes or no? If I say yes, that's it. That's all you need to do on the document. You're going to continue using this materiality going forward. However, if you say no, these are not appropriate values, it's opening up additional columns. And there is another materiality calculation now available in the sheet below, and it is a replica of the planning materiality. Again, you decide what figures do you want to use. Generally, you want to use final rather than opening because you might have had journals. Again, confirm periods, confirm the users, double check that the bases are appropriate, and then go and plug in your new final materiality figure. Again, there is no formula in place to do so. You need to physically go and type it in. Let's go and make it 5.9 million and give good reason for that materiality assessment that you've made, and why have you maybe reduced that materiality, or if you've increased it, probably give very good reasons why you've increased it. Okay, so you need to document the reasoning. You can also then go and change your specific materialities. I'm going to go and put in the same amount again. I don't feel that needs to change. Your threshold has changed slightly, although the threshold is not too much of an issue when it comes to just going through the significant or the summary of identified misstatements that we have. Once you've plugged those values in, we go back to the summary sheet. It then just goes and confirms for you what that final value is that you're going to use for your assessment. So that is what the materiality summary document is supposed to do. And these values then carry over to your summary of identified misstatements. You can't work through the summary of identified misstatements until such time as you've actually gone and done a final revision of materiality, if it is just to say you confirm that your planning materiality is the appropriate materiality to carry forward.